planning a last-minute wedding, or you're taking a whole year to make it perfect, like we are on Good Witch, Paige has some tips here to help every bride-to-be get organized.
Well, before we get to that, speaking of Good Witch, I'd like to remind everyone at home to save the date for Sunday's romantic episode at 9, 8 Central, right here on Hallmark Channel. And since you did bring it up, James, that I grilled you a little bit at the top of the show, but you didn't give me information, but you did bring it up, so I feel I'm allowed to ask now.
You are allowed.
How involved are you in the planning of the wedding?
Let's say, are you a typical boy?
Well, see, Paige will appreciate this, because part of the storyline is that Sam had been married before and had nothing to do with it. He said he just showed up in a tux.
Right.
He did what he was told. So he's over-enthusiastic on this one. So he's a little too hands-on, so he wants to pick the flowers. He's even talking about picking the dress. He picked the place because he wants to be helpful. And so, Cassie, you get a little bit of that, easy, Tiger.
That's a little
so it's funny because it pushes back a little, so there's we have some fun with him being a little bit too ambitious.
That sounds exhausting.
I think it's probably a switch, right?
Yeah.
Too much
I'm guessing
of a good
most guys aren't in there.
Most guys just kind of show up, but it is exhausing if they really do want to be involved.
It's too much.
Well, you don't want him. You really don't want him involved.
You really don't. I know you're like, oh, I want to plan this special day with my hubby-to-be, but not so much. I kind of just want him to show up.
Yeah. Well, your mailbox wall letter from Tracy Johnson says that she's starting to panic about organizing her daughter's wedding. So how are you going to help her?
Yes. Well, Tracy and Madison, don't worry, don't panic. I would say, oh, look at them. They're so cute. Showing off her ring, as we do when we first get them.
They said yes. That's sweet, because he asked the family. That's sweet.
That's so sweet.
Hoover, Alabama, that's kind of my neck of the woods.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not kidding.
One thing I think when any bride or mother of the bride starts to think about weddings, you kind of freak out because there's so much to do.
Right.
And I kind of equate it to remodeling a house. And I used to be a wedding planner. And as evidenced by my car, I drive a car that still has my license plate.
It does.
It still says wedding.
Subtle.
Do people try to stop you and ask you to be the wedding planner? You're like, not anymore.
No, not anymore.
I can sell your house instead.
Yes.
That's what
yes, I convinced them to not spend as much money on their wedding and spend
buy a house.
Yes. But there's so much to do. And I think you can break it down. And you can just take a deep breath and start at the beginning. And just kind of break it down into little pieces.
So what's the beginning?
Okay, definitely the beginning. Make a priority list.
Okay.
Kind of like, what's important? Is it the date that's really important? Is it the venue? Is it your guests that are coming? Is it the wedding party? What is most important to you? And then assign a timeline to that.
Okay.
So, do you have a year like you guys did? Do you have a week?
Some people don't. That's true.
Yeah, some do last minute. So, or do you have a year and a half? So figure out what that date is, and then you can work backwards.
And then work backwards. And that priority list, by the way, that Paige is talking about will be available for download on our website. So Tracy, you can go there right after the show and download it.
Take a deep breath first.
That's the first step.
Then
now,
download.
Download?
Yes.
Download.
Yes.
So 2 downloads. When we were planning your wedding in our backyard right here, it was so much fun.
I was
a wedding planner. Actually, she was helping me be the wedding planner. I was essentially the wedding planner through the wedding planner. That's such a beautiful photo, Paige.
On the back deck where you guys just were.
But we had a huge binder. So we started putting everything in this binder. That was a few years ago. Would you still suggest something like that since so many people have smartphones and things now?
Yes. I love a binder. I love a 3-ring binder. And for you, I gave you a binder with 20 tabs. That had sub-tabs as well. I was maybe just a little
but I liked it.
But I'll show you here. This is what we use for mine. And I decorated it. I put our names on it, and I decorated it in things that I wanted to see. And then that was kind of my wish list. And you can see all the tabs there. Debbie's probably having some PTSD.
It was beautiful. No, I actually loved it.
But it's kind of like your wish list. Like, what do you want to happen? You can put that all in there. And then whether you hire a wedding planner or not, you can still have that. So you can hand it off to them.
Right.
Or you can keep it yourself and say, this is what I'm looking for, and go through each category and see, like, what do I really want based on my little wish list.
Right. That's a good one.
Well, besides the giant binder with the sub-tabs,
I know.
Anything else?
It was a little crazy, yes. So I would say, since people do have the smartphones now, we had smartphones back then too.
Yeah.
3 years ago. Way back then.
They were smaller.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're much smaller. But I would say do what speaks to you. So for me, I'm a binder girl. Like everything goes in a binder. I have a home and family binder of all my projects. So that's what speaks to me. But I just got a few things here. Like if you like little notebooks like that, I put these Post-its here. I'm going to come back to those and tell you why those are so important. If you're a clipboard kind of person, you can do a clipboard. If you are a calendar type of person, or if you need to see it on the wall, like whatever speaks to you and to your heart, And it could be on the phone, but I would say always have a paper backup.
Right, because actually you're actually seeing it there. Because on your phone, you have to go through the tab, find the thing. This is right in your face so you won't forget.
Exactly. And let's just say you have something important. And I say, as a bride, always keep this with you. This is just a little Post-it and a to-do list. Let's say pick flowers. Okay. Oops, that does not working. This one does. So let's do pick flowers. And you could be thinking of this when you're not at home. Have this in your purse. Always take it with you and put it inside your binder.
There you go.
So you won't even have it next to your bed in the middle of the night, because you will wake up going, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I remember everything? And that will make it so much easier and so much more organized.
I know you come from a family of teachers.
Yes.
The apple does not fall far from the tree. You would have been a perfect teacher.
I was a teacher for a while.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I was.
Something we learn every day about even our own family here at Home and Family. That's
but when I'm excited about something, and I love weddings. I love weddings. Obviously, I've done so many of them, but I just want to that's the best. It should be one of the happiest days of your life.
It's true.
Or the start to the happiest
days of your life.
The planning is a lot of the fun.
It is.
It's true.
Well, you can find Paige's DIY wedding details at hallmarkchannel.com and connect with Paige on social media.